From Informa TechTarget, I'm Beth Pariseau, and this is IT Ops Query. This podcast distills the signal from the noise about enterprise software development and platform engineering. Each week, we'll talk to expert guests about the latest tech industry news and trends that engineering and IT leaders need to know. Don't forget to subscribe to IT Ops Query for more conversations on AI and the future of the enterprise digital workspace. Hello again, and we're back from KubeCon 2025 at North America in Atlanta. I'm here with Gaurav Saxena, who is Director of Engineering for a Fortune 20 automotive company. I guarantee you've heard of them. He leads the infrastructure engineering team at the major automotive manufacturer, where he expanded that team to 50 engineers supporting developer experience and productivity, an internal developer platform, data infrastructure, and reliability engineering teams. He is responsible for modernizing core infrastructure stacks, including compute, network, storage, and CI/CD, to enhance reliability and developer efficiency. This week at KubeCon, he spoke at no fewer than 3 Day Zero co-located events: Open Source Security Con, Observability Day, and Open Feature Summit. Thank you very much for taking the time out.
It's an honor to be here with you, Beth.
So you obviously have experience with many CNCF projects. What are some of the most exciting recent developments among the projects you work with for internal developer platforms?
Yep. So we use various CNCF projects, namely Crossplane, OpenTelemetry, KubeVela. KubeVela is an incubating stage, whereas Crossplane, OpenTelemetry, they are CNCF graduated projects.
Right.
The theme here is basically developer productivity and developer experience. And the way the traditional internal developer platform, or AKIDP, teams are doing is that they're trying to bake in all the security, governance, set of operational tools, so that at the time of production incident, you have a set of consistent dashboards, you have a set of consistent metric registry for folks to troubleshoot and triage the issues, right? That's the operations part. On the set of development part, the theme is that how can you adopt the workloads that a platform team offers to the developer teams with a diverse set of needs, so that they don't have to reinvent the wheels in terms of learning about infrastructure details.
Right.
So the platform team can spin up the infrastructure in a way whereby providing the right set of interfaces so that application teams can code against that interface. And if your provider changes in the backend, the implementation of a service details doesn't need to be changed. As an example, about Crossplane project. The Crossplane project is basically all through Kubernetes-driven, API-driven. So you have a control plane. You can manage any of your cloud provider hyperscaler resources through the same ecosystem. Right. Now, the developer teams don't really have to think in terms of how do I spin my... They don't have to think in terms of Kubernetes services, pods, secret management, and stuff like that. They express their needs in terms of what they require. Maybe their application requires a load balancer, a database, or a caching system, a messaging system. The underneath this project called KubeVela, basically it will use that spec. And whatever the platform team has provided the interface, it will spin up the Kubernetes objects. So the applications team don't have to reinvent the wheel in terms of Kubernetes. They just write very declarative model. I need a database. Go platform team. You figure it out. These are my spec. I need a database that has this much read write or my requirements. The infra team, the platform team can take that spec and create the right Kubernetes objects. And provide the right governance, like the right access control list, can deploy to the region or the available zones that platform team are aware of because they're closer to the infrastructure. And developers can just focus on building the domain business logic, right? They don't have to worry about the infrastructure in that case.
So it's like a way to build templates?
Templates, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And so supply chain security with Sigstore and projects like ChainGuard's Wolfie are also among your interests, I saw. And so how do you see that space evolving?
Yeah, the supply chain security is a very critical part, as you probably have seen in the KubeCon Keynote earlier today.
Yeah.
They talked about the baseline of OpenSSF.
Yes.
The Sigstore was actually very early OpenSSF project, about 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And we are early adopters of Sigstore project. By that, what I mean is that the way we're using Sigstore is on our CI/CD pipelines. So a traditional CI pipeline is that you write a code, you build the code, you have a unit test, and then you put that artifact into a registry, right? Now, you have seen a lot of attacks in the last 5-6 years, right? And they're what we call, how do you create the supply chain security? So like we have, when we go in the manufacturing line, you have something called bill of materials. Same thing, software has called software bill of materials. It's called SBOMs. So the idea is that if I am taking an open source code base, my dependencies from any third party, I should have a means to know where I'm pulling that source code from. Right. Like I should be able to attest that software that came from, is it really came from the author who I trust, right? So basically the whole idea is to like image provenance, meaning lineage. Right. Show me all the dependencies, where it comes from, right? And can I really trust them? Right. So they publish what they call software bill of materials, and then it's all cryptographically signed, right? And I can verify that who the author is, that who claimed to be it, in terms of the certificate exchange. Right. Right. So that's like a dependency third party. Now, when I build my software, I do the same practices. I actually use the same principles of Sigstore. Like I will sign my image with all the metadata that's required to claim who I am, and so that the other users can like verify, my Git history and all that stuff, right? So that's like what we call the cosign of Sigstore project. And then there is a whole public ledger where anyone can see about my details once because the public key is there. They can verify my my shipment of my open source software, right? And then the system also has that, like what we call public certificate exchange. So, so they can like exchange the trust in that way, right? So the way we use that is in our CI/CD pipeline. So CI pipeline, let's say I'm building an image today. That image, I have verified that it is critical vulnerabilities free, right? But then I upload that into a registry, and that image has been sitting for 6 months now. Yeah. Right. Now, with the additional benefits of the 6 months of research, there could be that we found vulnerability in that image. Now you want to run that image now. Right. So traditionally, you have already image. You should not admit that image in the Kubernetes ecosystem. You should reject that. You should reject that image, because you can ask the developers, like, fix the CVEs that we found in the last 6 months. Right. Right. So there's a whole CNCF project called Kyverno. Which basically it's a policy as a code. So you can write those policies, and then using Kubernetes admission controllers, you can reject those images, saying that, well, we have to fix those. Right. So basically, you for each end of your supply, each end of your pipeline, you're having security governance and controls, so that you are reducing your surface attack for any bad actors. Right. So your organization is well ahead of many people in terms of using things like Sigstore and attestation for your software. But what is, sort of the next frontier there? What do you think is, how do you think that's evolving most recently or into the future? AI is moving at a very fast pace. Big right? Time, we can't talk about like, every week there is a new learnings. And some of these practices we are doing today as well. But I can see more adoption. I'll give concrete examples here. So the platform engineering space, right? The IDP space, has a lot of cognitive workload for the developers. Because they need to understand each and every part of it. And when we have started looking at the AI agents. To help reduce that steep learning curve. So as an example, I can, using my natural language or voice agent, I can ask the system, like, please tell me, how do I use, as an example, KubeVela project? Right. What levels of abstraction and the guardrails I need to put? So there is a whole multimodal agents. In traditional way we call MCP servers. Right. So you have you have an MCP server for your deployment, you have an MCP server for your observability, and then you can connect to this multimodal agents and find out the right balance in terms of knowing the current platform capabilities.
Yeah.
So that's from a way of adoption. And in terms of the incidents, right, or triaging or troubleshooting, those agents can actually act as your peer programmer,
right,
to give you like these are the things that you'd be looking at it. So we're building those capabilities in our platform today,
right,
that can like accelerate more developer experience,
right.
And enhance the developer productivity. Yes.
Is there anything about supporting or building in those AI applications or supporting the AI workloads the company is developing that changes the game for platform engineers?
Yeah. So traditionally, our enterprise software, right, has been all about thinking from the CPUs and memory, but AI workloads needs newer kind of support like GPUs, right? And there have been a lot of in terms of the model and the tokenizations and the costs.
Yes.
You need like an intelligent layer on top of it, which can route based on the context aware.
Yeah.
Meaning, if I have and again, I'm talking about what we call private LLMs.
Yes.
Meaning, at enterprise companies like ours, we can't expose our confidential data to outside public.
Right.
So how can you use your open source LLM models,
Right.
and encapsulate that with the proper guardrails,
Right.
so that it's not leaking the sensitive data.
Right.
So that's the next generation of what I can see in terms of platform capabilities.
Yeah.
Evolving that space.
Right.
That's only one part of the equation. The second part of the equation is how do you route your requests intelligently to the appropriate model. Right. So there is a project that we actually heard in the keynote, and it's been in the making for about a year and a half, and I've been also engaged as part of my own contributor list to that. It's called Envoy AI Gateway.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So Envoy AI is basically has the context of routing the request to appropriate models. You can think about this like a traditional layer 7 load balancer, but with intelligence built into it, in terms of which model to route the request and the rate limits, and thing could be like, if this workload is can be run in a cheaper workload with the same inference time, I should route that request to that particular workload rather than routing to any generic LLM model as an example, right? So those are the capabilities I can see. I can see that more getting adopted in the next 6 months in the platform team. Yes. Yeah,
that's the project that folks from Solo.io talked about at the keynote,
right? There's a Solo.io keynote, and then there's whole so the Solo.io, of course, released this framework called Agent Workflow and Knative in the last 6 months ago. But then also there's a competing open source project from Envoy community, Envoy Gateway AI.
Okay.
But the idea is similar, basically. Right. It's a big space to solve the problem, and having multiple open source projects help all the community members to so.
So where is that? Is that Envoy project in an alpha stage, or where is that in terms of its development?
Oh no, it's publicly available.
Okay.
It was released about a month ago.
Oh, okay.
With the GA. And
yeah.
I know that some of the companies are actually already using those products. So
cool.
Yes.
Including yours?
Not
not yet.
Not yet. Yes.
Okay. So what other things can the community do, or are you aware that the community is working on to help platform engineers support those AI workloads?
It's a great question. My philosophy around that today, and again, it's going to keep changing as the space evolves, is that we need to take a look at from a point of security and governance quite a bit. I work for an enterprise company which has tight data governance, data sovereignty, and for the right reasons. Right. Those guardrails are put to make sure that we have both balancing the developer freedom as well as taking security as a first-class citizen.
Right.
Security and observability cannot be an afterthought.
Right.
It has to be a first-class citizens, because as you are building your services, your AI workloads or applications, they need to be governed not only from the security point of view, but you should also be able to observe how that workload is doing in the real field.
Yeah.
Right? So those two are, I think, in my mind, the biggest focus areas.
Okay.
And there is plenty of open source projects solving those needs in any way, but the space is evolving.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I've heard about some efforts with an open telemetry, open LLMetry,
Yes.
on the observability front. Any other kind of projects you're aware of in those spaces that are of interest to you or that you're following?
Yeah. So you saw that today that Kserve was got as the incubating stage.
Yeah.
So I think the idea is that, along with what Solo.io announced, that three projects for the runtime and the registry, right? Those, along with the Kserve and with the inference like DLLMs and VLLMs, those are the like the main hot takes, at least from my perspective, which will actually shape up how do we run the AI workloads in a very cloud native way.
Right. So this is an even more difficult question than it used to be. Where do you think things might be for platform engineering at the next KubeCon? What do you think we'll be talking about?
I think it's going to be interesting because AI is a buzzword. Some people think that, but actually it has some real implications in the platform team. So I come from a very operational background. I've been on managing multiple user experiences and critical workflows. So I know that when we encounter an incident that actually impacts the end users, how difficult it is for us today to sometimes, not for all incidents, for some incidents, to triage, to troubleshoot, to because our metrics are get us the mean time to resolution as fast as possible. And then this is where I believe the agentic AI workflows can really come in handy, and then can solve those alongside the human in loop, the troubleshooting in a much expedited way. And we are already seeing some of those integrations already in the platform, but I think it's going to impact not just the operations, but also from a development point of view. So for example, you can have an AI scanner, so select a scanner tool for continuously doing the vulnerability checks, right? So things like that will be more adopted in the practice.
Do you think you'll build your own agents internally for that, or are there?
It might, it will, but as a human today, do I really care? I mean, not really care. Do I really trust for that?
Right.
I don't know the answer.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Interesting times.
Yes, it is. But definitely, it can augment the productivity, right?
Yeah.
And then it's not a threat, but I think it's where we have to balance both in terms of the innovations, take what AI is offering us today, and improve the models. And we don't want to have a false positive, false negatives. We want to have as much accuracy as we want from our models, right? So
yeah, that context engineering is kind of the next frontier, I think. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for sharing your insights.
Thank you, Beth, for having me here
and taking the time during this busy show.
Thanks for the opportunity. Yes, nice chatting with you.
Likewise. Thank you for tuning in to IT Ops Query. To learn more about enterprise software development and platform engineering, explore our content on Informa TechTarget sites. Find us on YouTube at our channel, Eye on Tech. Subscribe to our podcast to receive the latest episodes as they drop. And if you liked what you heard today, give us a rating and review on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you're listening. Thank you for joining us.